Welcome back to Case 0360. I am your host, Haly, and today we are stepping directly into the freezing, shadow-filled depths of a chilling true crime mystery that will completely leave you stunned. We need to talk about a highly calculated, deeply disturbing predator who terrorized the snow-covered landscapes of Europe, earning a terrifying, ghostly moniker and leaving a heartbreaking trail of vanished lives in his wake. Imagine the absolute horror of a beautiful, vibrant young girl between 20 and 30 years old stepping out into a peaceful winter evening only to completely vanish into thin air without leaving a single footprint behind in the fresh snow. For years, the elusive target of these horrific crimes remained an absolute mystery, as families wept, police forces hit dead ends, and a heavy, suffocating cloud of fear paralyzed entire communities. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the incredibly dark, deeply twisted saga of Miss Jukowich and the elusive Ghost of Snow, a merciless killer who specifically targeted young women in the absolute prime of their lives. Before we dissect the intricate forensic details, the baffling timelines, and the shocking breakthrough that finally brought this real-life nightmare to light, please take a brief second to support our channel by subscribing, hitting that like button, and turning on the notification bell so you never miss our deep, unfiltered investigative look into the world's most terrifying criminal profiles. To fully comprehend the sheer psychological terror of this case, we have to look past the peaceful, postcard-perfect winter scenery and examine the highly specific, ruthless hunting pattern of the killer. The predator did not strike at random. Instead, he operated with an intense mechanical precision that completely baffled local detectives for over a decade. The victims were exclusively young women aged between 20 and 30 years old, individuals who were independent, active, and frequently walking alone near transit hubs, quiet suburban paths, or snow-draped parks. The killer strategically utilized heavy, blinding blizzards and sub-zero temperatures as a natural cloaking device, striking when visibility was virtually zero and when freezing temperatures would naturally destroy vital DNA evidence and tire tracks. This calculated manipulation of the harsh winter elements earned him the deeply unsettling name, the Ghost of Snow, as he seemed to materialize out of the whiteouts, commit unspeakable acts of violence, and dissolve back into the freezing wind without leaving a single shred of physical evidence for forensic teams to track. The absolute heart of this disturbing case revolves around the tragic, high-profile disappearance of Miss Jukowich, a bright, deeply loved 24-year-old woman whose sudden vanishing completely changed the trajectory of the entire investigation. Miss Jukowich was walking home from a local university library on a bitterly cold December night when she completely fell off the grid. When her family realized she had never made it back, a massive, unprecedented search effort was instantly launched across the frozen terrain. As days turned into weeks, volunteer search parties and elite K-9 units combed through miles of dense, snow-packed woodlands. The heartbreaking discovery of her personal belongings buried beneath a thick layer of ice confirmed the absolute worst. Miss Jukowich had become the latest victim of the Ghost of Snow. However, unlike previous cases where the killer managed to completely erase his presence, the sudden, unexpected drop in temperature preserved a razor-thin, highly critical piece of forensic evidence near the crime scene, giving investigators their very first real breakthrough in a decade-long cold case. As task forces dug deeper into the forensic timeline, a terrifying realization dawned on the behavioral analysis units. The Ghost of Snow was escalating his timeline at an alarming rate. The specialized profiling teams analyzed the geographic clusters of the missing 20 to 30-year-old girls, revealing that the killer was operating within a highly controlled, sophisticated comfort zone, likely living a completely normal double life right under the noses of the local community. The sheer contrast between the brutal, cold-blooded nature of the crimes and the absolute silence of the perpetrator created an intense wave of panic across the region. Young women refused to leave their homes after dark, self-defense classes filled to capacity, and the local authorities faced immense, unyielding pressure to halt the body count before the winter season claimed another innocent soul. The ultimate climax of this disturbing investigation came when an intensive, multi-jurisdictional sting operation finally closed in on the primary suspect, blowing the doors off a hidden, deeply horrific reality that absolutely stunned the world. When forensic experts finally matched the preserved DNA profile from the Miss Jukowich crime scene to a highly respected, seemingly ordinary local resident, the true sickening nature of the Ghost of Snow was officially unmasked. Inside his private property, investigators uncovered a hidden basement filled with chilling trophies, personal IDs, and Polaroid photographs of the missing girls, proving that his charming, quiet exterior was merely a mask for a deeply depraved serial predator. The absolute tragedy of this dark true crime story is that so many young, promising lives were brutally cut short before the justice system could finally catch up to the shadows. As a true crime investigative host, I need you to understand that while the Ghost of Snow is now permanently behind bars, the deep, agonizing emotional scars left on the families of Miss Jukowich and the other victims will take generations to heal. This case stands as a stark, powerful reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk within the most serene environments and the incredible, resilient dedication of forensic investigators who refuse to let the cold completely freeze the truth. Navigating the dark realities of these criminal cases requires us to remain deeply vigilant, profoundly aware of our surroundings, and completely unyielding in our pursuit of justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. By analyzing these complex criminal minds and honoring the memory of the victims, we can ensure that their names are never forgotten and that the light of truth continues to pierce through the darkest winter storms. Stay locked into Case 0360 as we continue to bring you the deepest analytical deep dives and exclusive true crime breakdowns from around the world. Have a safe day, stay deeply proactive about your personal security, and take absolute care of yourselves.